Just want to say, Atlanta Braves, you got that talent, but you ain't tapping into it. You ain't using it. You're sleepwalking through everything. You're leaving all these opportunities right there on the field. You're not taking advantage of mistakes from the other team. You got your bases loaded. You leave them stranded. You got all these pop flying the fuck out of there. You got Ozuna, who's once I don't know, he looked like a home run king. Supposedly he has something wrong with his hip or whatever. 0 for 4 every friggin' game. Constantly. We're lucky if he gets walks. No contribution from Ozuna. Hardly any from Albies. You got all these players on there that aren't doing anything except for a couple. You know, you got Matt Olson hitting the homers. You got Acuna was doing good up until recently. Now he's kind of in a slump. But you can't rely on a couple of players out of all your team members. You can't rely on just 2 members or 3 members to carry the team. You can't rely on one guy hitting 2 home runs, man on first base or whatever, and he hits a home run, and so he scores two runs, and that's it. You can't rest on your laurels. You can't do that. You can't rely on your pitcher. You can't rely on Bryce Elder, who tends to give up 3 or 4, maybe even 5 runs. You can't rely on that and thinking that the other team's going to just lose the game for you. That's not how it works. You need to step up, Braves. The offense needs to step up. Snitker, I know Locked on Braves keep saying that was for the longest time, saying that it's not really on you, it's on the players, which I get that point. I get that. But I also say that it, in a way, this is on you. Braves Country Radio puts a lot of the blame on you. Locked on Braves hasn't up until recently. Every now and then they'll say, yeah, you could have done something better. Locked on Braves says, yeah, Snicker could have done something better. But Braves Country Radio is more in line with what I say. That Aaron Bummer thing, you should have pulled him after 2 innings or 2 innings and one more at bat. You should have been engaging it, like micro analyzing it. Okay, he did good on that at bat. He did good on that one. He did good on that one. This one he was shaky on, so that one we need to take him out right now and put this guy in. But no, you try to let him go for 3 innings, and it was obvious that he was out of fumes, and he gave up runs. You need to make better choices, and you haven't. Snicker, you need to. You're responsible for lighting a fire under your team's asses, so to speak. You need to be giving them pep talks. I don't know if you're allowed to, but I'll be almost like a drill instructor at some point. I'll be sitting there in a dugout. I'll be pissed off. Dan, you struck out again? You struck? What are you doing? Are you golfing? This ain't golf. Michael Harris? What are you doing? All these pop flying? I mean, all these players that are sucking at bats, they would know that we're about to have a come to Jesus moment, and we would have one. We'd have a meeting. If that's what we have to have after the damn game, or the next day meeting, we're gonna have a little pep talk before the game or something. Because the way you guys are playing, you suck. You're getting paid millions of dollars, millions and millions and millions of dollars, and you're playing like you're not hungry, like you don't care if you're gonna win. You don't care. All you care about is, what am I doing after this game? That's the way it looks to me. Are you hungover? You just don't give a shit? I'm watching the Dodgers and whatever other team they're playing go toe-to-toe. And right now it's the Astros. The Dodgers actually have a better record on paper than the Astros. The Astros have more losses than the Dodgers, although they're in the same ballpark, no pun intended, as far as wins and losses. But the Astros have pretty much been handing the Dodgers' asses to them. And the Dodgers are a knockdown, drag-out, damn good team. It's just sometimes baseball's like that. But I like that competitiveness. I'm not seeing that with the Braves. I'm not seeing any competitiveness whatsoever at all. Every now and then, you might look like you're that competitive team that you're supposed to be, but a broken clock is right twice a day, just like you Braves. Every now and then you win, the bats are alive and all that. Then the next day, you lose. You dropping series after series, losing game after game. You don't want to go to the damn postseason at all. You're not playing like you want to go to postseason. This has nothing to do with Schwellenbach with his fractured elbow or Chris Sale with his fractured rib cage, because even with those two great pitchers down, and they are damn good, you still have a decent enough bullpen to give you games to win if only your damn offense wakes the fook up, and it hasn't. Snicker, you need to light fire under their asses, and you haven't done that. It's like you're asleep in a damn dugout. It's like, and these ball players, it's just like, swing and a miss, strike three, he's out. And they go back to the dugout, and that's it. And when they lose the fucking game, I'm watching them. I'm watching the camera pan to the dugout after the Braves lose yet another game, and you see this player pick up a tablet, just like it's no big deal. I just lost the game. If I was on that team and we kept losing, I'm not even on the team and I'm pissed off. Imagine if I was on a team and we were losing. That's the kind of hunger. That's the kind of desire. That's the kind of will that you should have to win. And speaking of will, you got that Will Smith on the Dodgers. You got such great players. Some of them, I think, are former Braves teammates on the Dodgers. You have, speaking of former teammates, Charlie Morton kicked your ass. Charlie Morton. Are you kidding me? Charlie Morton on the Orioles whipped your ass in game 1. You owed him, by the way, some kind of appreciation video that you didn't give that to him at Truist Park in the first game of this series against the Orioles. Charlie Morton pitched game 1 for the Orioles. Charlie Morton, that sucked for us on the Braves, so he traded him out, rightfully so at the time. But he came back, and Locked On Braves kept on saying, "Is this Charlie Morton's vengeance game, revenge game?" I guess it was, because you got soundly whipped, right? This is destruction on your part. I mean, this is utter. The whole team collapsed, and Locked On Braves called it right. It was Jake Mastriani of Locked On Braves, actually, I think almost a month ago, said, "Are the Braves cooked? Are they done?" Yes, you are done. Providing a miracle happens, and if it does, big thumbs up that you come alive and somehow you pull it off, but I'm not seeing it at this late hour. You're playing like you just don't care. You don't give a damn. You don't give a damn. I can strike out easy. I don't play baseball. I'd love to, but I don't. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today. I'm ready to strike out or do a pop fly like Albies. I'm ready to go golfing like Michael Harris. I'm ready to, I don't know, just strike out like all these other players are doing. I'm ready to pull an Ozuna. Just caught looking, strike three. I'm ready to do that. I can, just a little bit of training. I could actually see what pitch is going to be a walk and a ball and all that. Yeah, I could get walks. I could do that. Yeah, big thumbs up. Can I catch a ball? Can I make those plays? A little training I probably could. I'll do it for pennies on a dollar. Deal? Air handshake. Braves. Air handshake. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. I'm ready to save you some money. You can still lose your games as only you can do, but it'll save you money. I'll even make it look good. I'll make it look really good where the audience is going, "That's funny, man, the way he did that. Oh, that's great the way he did that. Yeah, he dropped the ball, but he did it." I mean, I'll do the Savannah Bananas. You know how they talk smack and they have their antics? I think that's what you need, Braves. You need to do something, because if you're going to go down in flames, and this is on you. You're doing it. You're your own worst enemy, Braves. You're your own worst enemy, with the exception of a few players. You're your own worst enemy. You are doing this to yourself because you don't care. But if you're going to act like you don't care or you just don't give a shit, then at least give us some Savannah Banana antics. Can you do some push-ups on the field or some silly antics so I can laugh and say, "Yeah, they're a bunch of clowns," because we already know you're clowns the way you're playing. You can just give us some, throw the dog a bone. Give us some silliness along the way, because you're playing very silly anyway, but you're acting all serious about it. The gig is up. It's over for you. You're playing like clowns. You don't give a damn. I saw a video, Honest Baseball, I think the channel was, said the Braves are unserious. You're unserious. You're not a serious team. You used to be. This channel talked about the 98 Braves, the 97 Braves, the 95 Braves. And I was alive and kicking, watching you and listening to you in my younger days in the early 90s up to 95 and 96. Well, 96, I think I got swept by the Yankees. I think that's when I checked out for a while. But I checked back in and checked back out. But what I'm trying to say is those Braves, they were hungry in the 90s. Man, were they hungry. Are you kidding me? Even in 2000. This team, last year, okay, you got to pass. You had injuries. So I'm not going to put that in quotes. You had injuries. So I'll give you a pass for that. This year, HCN, heck to the nah. You ain't getting a free pass. You ain't saying, oh my God, we were losing because of Chris Sale. And, no, sir. No. It's offense, and we ain't seeing it. It's Snitker, too. It's time you light a fire on your team's ass, Snitker. This is ridiculous. This is embarrassing. Because you're better than that. At the end of the day, you are better than that. And that's what annoys the fook out of us. You couldn't win a sweep. You couldn't do a sweep on the Rockies. It's not the first time. And then you drop the third game with the Rockies as you exit the town. Colorado, Denver. You're exiting the town. You're leaving town the third game on a bad note, on a sour note. And you tend to do that. Today's game, Sunday, July 6th, 11:45 or 11:30 in the morning. Usually the Braves have games early, like at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and you drop those games, quiet bats. I started to think what earlier than 1 o'clock in the afternoon is going to do. 11:30 or 11:45 in the morning, first pitch on a Sunday. The Braves are notorious for dropping the game on a Sunday, indoor series. So let's see what happens tomorrow. It's ridiculous. It's embarrassing. What's really embarrassing about this is you're better than that, but you're just playing like you just don't give a damn. And your manager, Snitker, likewise. I want to see some Bobby Cox action. I want to see you getting out there to the mound when there's a bad umpire call, that strike zone gets widened suddenly or shrunk. Something. I want to see some life in Snitker too. About to retire. All y'all doing is just play, just on cruise, and you cruising to a losing. It's unfucking believable.